Hello. I'm going to read some more from the Talmud Jmmanuel, chapter 5. Explanation. The statement, false prophets, refers to self-proclaimed prophets, proclaimers and wise ones, who brought irrational teachings and inhumane laws with inhumane punishments, capital punishment, as for example stoning, and who also demanded God worship. No one among these false prophets came from the Nokodemean line, from out of which solely the true prophets proceeded. 32. It has been said to you by false prophets, who do not have a true prophet's teaching, whosoever rejects his or her spouse and divorces him or her shall issue a certificate of divorce. 33. Truly I say to you, however, whosoever rejects, treats with contempt, casts out, casts away his or her spouse, and thus separates from him or her, commits unrightfulness, except if a breach of bond, adultery, or violence, gevalt, is given. 34. If one, a human being, commits adultery, he or she is guilty. Whosoever marries a person who is guilty in a divorce commits unrightfulness. Explanation. If a human being, man or woman, rejects, that is, treats with contempt, expels, disavows his or her husband or wife, he or she makes him or herself guilty of unrightfulness. And if the guilt of violence, gevalt, is given, and then a rightful divorce occurs, then this means that violence, gevalt, prevailed in the marriage from one side or the other. That is, that the husband violently treated or beat up and maltreated or sexually abused, etc., his wife, or that the wife did such to her husband. Such violent behavior in a marriage or other bond-like partnership is inhumane and punishable, not only according to the creational, natural laws and recommendations, but also according to the purely human and social ones, through which order and rightfulness are given. So if anyone, man or woman, is divorced because he or she was guilty of violence, gevalt, in the marriage, he or she is not permitted to, should not be able to marry again, because their acute danger exists that the same acts of violence, gevalt, will inevitably appear in a new relationship. Whoever nevertheless unrightfully enters a marriage or a relationship similar to a marriage with a person, man or woman, declared guilty and divorced because of violence, gevalt, makes him or herself guilty of unrightfulness. 35. You have further heard it said to them of old through false prophets, you shall take no false oath, and shall keep your oath to God. 36. Truly I say to you, however, that you shall not take an oath with any god at all, for God is only a hazy picture, delusion, imagination. And you shall also not swear otherwise. Do not swear by the firmament, outer space, because it is unending and unmeasurable. 37. Neither swear by the earth, because it passes away, nor swear by Jerusalem, because it is a city of constant change and alteration, built by human hands and laden with God belief in terribleness into the distant time future. 38. You shall also not swear by your head, for it is not given to you that you can change in nature inherently a single hair in its color. 39. Also, do not swear by the kind memory of a human being or of a thing. They are both inconstant, and pass away. 40. Let your speech At all times, simply be honorable and worthy. Yes, yes, or no, no. For anything given beyond that is a breach against the laws and the power of thought, intellect, and insight, rationality. 41. You have heard it falsely said through false prophets, an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. 42. Truly, I say to you, however, exercise fairness according to the laws and recommendations of the creation, so that you find the verdict in insight, rationality. Thus, you exercise neither hatred, nor revenge, nor retaliation. 43. Offer your love all around, for it is warranted across all time, and punish through fair guidelines only wherever also the laws of the creation call for fulfillment of guidelines. 44. Give to them who ask of you, if they make their requests in honesty, and turn away from those who want to borrow from you in dishonesty. 45. You have also heard it said by false prophets, you shall love your next one and hate your enemy. 46. Truly I say to you, however, practice love and understanding according to the laws and recommendations of the creation, so that you act rightly and find the good impulsation, feeling, in truth. Hatred is contrary to the laws and recommendations of the creation. So you are encouraged to give feasible, appropriate love also to your enemy. 47. Offer your love all around, everywhere, for it is warranted all around. But give no attention to whatever the law of the creation also demands not to be given attention. So unrightfulness and lovelessness, as well as unpeace and unfreedom and disconsonance, disharmony. I'd like to read that again. 47. Offer your love all around, everywhere, for it is warranted all around. But give no attention to whatever the law of the creation also demands not to be given attention. So unrightfulness and lovelessness, as well as unpeace and unfreedom and disconsonance, disharmony. 48. You shall be wise and comprehend, learn the knowledge, because you, as human beings, shall be so nearly, relatively fulfilled, fully developed, in the spirit consciousness, or creation energy as it is, like the creation which created you through its laws. 49. Over the course of new lives as new selves, new personalities, you shall let your spirit or creation energy given to you, your consciousness, comprehend, learn, and become nearly, relatively fulfilled, fully developed, so that you become one with the laws and recommendations of the creation. Thank you for listening. Have a good Sunday, and Salome.